In this video, I'm going to lay out the undisputed, perfect Nikon Z mirrorless kit for portrait photography. Yes, undisputed, for me, my perfect kit, which happens to work just as well in studio as it does outdoors by simply interchanging between a variety of softboxes that I like for different applications. In the comments, tell us what your perfect kit is for whatever brand you shoot. Let's go. I know some of you are natural light shooters. I know some of you are artificial light shooters. And I know some of you say you're natural light shooters because you have no idea how to use artificial lighting, and a rare few who know how to flash, not that kind, but couldn't identify good natural light to save your life. Learn both. Please, you'll thank me later. That's my wisdom for the day. Anyway, for my perfect portrait kit, artificial lighting is a given. So I'm taking a big, powerful flash capable of making the sun its biatch that also has high-speed sync. So in my case, the Godox 8400 Pro will do, and a rather simple octabox that has to open like an umbrella. I'm not fussing and finagling with those treacherous rods. I like to work as fast and productive as I can, so quick variety is the name of the game to maximize the number of shots I can get in a shorter amount of time. So personally, I'm taking two cameras, the Nikon Z9 and the Nikon Z8. The Nikon Z9 will be my main driver, so it will hold whatever lens that I do the most work with for any given shoot. The Nikon Z9 is the first camera I've owned with an integrated grip, and it's the camera that showed me that I was indeed an integrated grip person. Some people love them, some people hate them, some people don't want it any other way. I'm that guy. Kind of. I wouldn't want it any other way for my main camera. Sure, my perfect portrait kit contains the Nikon Z8 too, with no grip attachment. And that is my preference of ownership because the smaller body does have its benefits in some genres, as a convenience, not a necessity. And it's probably nicer as a secondary camera to the bigger and heavier Z9 because it will be holding my second most important lens of the day. But if ever in my life I'm only allowed to have one camera, it will forever be an integrated grip. The Nikon Z8 is not my backup camera. It is a vessel to hold a lens that is just as important as my main lens for shooting my style of portraits the way I like to shoot them. It lets me have that right there in my hands without having to swap lenses at nearly every single scene. Stick around because later I'll tell you how I shoot my portraits and all this will make sense. But it is every bit as important as my primary camera and my workflow for both style and time management. Before we talk about lenses, check this out. Did you know that you can get some awesome perks by becoming a member of the Z8 Photo YouTube channel? Awesome perks like content recommendations, early access to all videos, unique member-only videos, and uncut or uncensored videos. Not everything on YouTube is able to be monetized, and if it can't be monetized, YouTube don't like it. But as a member, you'll get access to everything that YouTube deems unworthy of its algorithm. So fight the man by becoming a member of the Z8 Photo YouTube channel today. The lenses I'm taking for sure are the Nikon Z 50mm f1.2s and the Nikon Z 20mm f1.8s, and I'm going to take either the 85mm f1.2 or the Nikon Z 135mm f1.8s Plena. I'm probably not taking both because while they're both really sexy, they're really fat. Here is how I decide which one I'm going to take. It has to do with when and where. Most of the time, honestly, I'm going to choose the Nikon Z 85 f1.2s because while both lenses are godly, I find the 85 1.2 has an edge in just sheer look. To most eyes, the 85 and 135 are probably as good as each other optically, so why have both at all? When do I opt for the glorious Plena? Well, when the order of the day calls for a lens that does exactly what Nikon promised it would do with its bokeh. It is perfectly round. And there are times that I'll take that advantage even though I traditionally haven't really cared about bokeh balls. Since I have the option, I kinda really love it. My secondary camera will hold the Nikon Z 50mm f1.2s. Unlike the 85 and the 135, there is no choice here. No compromise. This lens goes everywhere, no matter the case. I generally use this lens in the same scenes as the primary lens for more of the subject body in frame, like full body or almost full body. It's a really quick way to get multiple different looking shots for the price of one pose with less movement by me. The Nikon Z 20mm f1.8s is going to be my specialty. It will see the least work, but I want it around because wide scenic portraits have kind of become part of the Z8 photo package. The style, the flair, that little mark on your portraits that other photographers may not fool with. But I think they're cool. I only pull this out in the right scene, however. It's gotta be a good scene, or the sky has to be super cool or something. At portrait shoots, I'm on the lookout for these opportunities, but I don't force it. And there have been plenty of shoots where there just wasn't a good scene for it. I like to have some, but I don't get disappointed if there just isn't a right place for it. I always have this lens for when those opportunities do present themselves. So here's a quick explanation on how I might shoot a portrait session. I'm walking around, I'm looking for any kind of scenic portrait potential. I don't see any yet, but we can shoot here. Light is set up and I use my Z9 with my primary lens to shoot the scene with a few different expressions and poses. Then I put that down, grab the Z8 with the 50mm and shoot waist up, and then I back up a little bit and I shoot full body with, maybe some similar poses and facial expressions. Done. We move on to the next scene and do that again. But this time, I already peeped out that this particular location has wide angle portrait potential. So we repeat what I just said, and then I throw the 20mm onto the Z9 real quick and shoot that with different poses, etc, etc. Then I take the 20 off, put it back in the bag, put the 85 or 135 back on the Z9, and so on and so forth. Each scene gets a ton of variety really quick. So let's recap. The Nikon Z9 and Z8 as primary and secondary, currently 5696 and 3996 new, and 4800 and 3600 used in excellent condition. The Nikon Z85 f1.2s and 135 f1.8s plena as interchangeable primary workhorse lenses for 2796 and 2496 new, or 2300 and 2300 used in excellent condition. There must not be a lot of plenas going around because that's a little bit of a discrepancy. The Nikon Z 50mm f1.2s as the equally important secondary lens for 2096 new and about 1700 used in excellent condition. And for the unique Z-Wade photo flare offering, the Nikon Z 20mm f1.8s for 1046 new and 850 used in excellent condition, bringing us to $18,126 new or $15,550 used in excellent condition for the total investment of my perfect Nikon Z mirrorless portrait kit for any scenario. Get insurance, everyone. It's a heck of a lot cheaper than that. Let us know in the comments what your perfect portrait kit is. I'm Z-Wade, the Z-Wade, and Z-Wade Photo. Stay sharp, YouTube.